What's up everyone, and welcome back to Fiction Tea Reviews. This video is brought to you by my self-published book, Rain. It is a psychological thriller about a group of young adults in a psych ward who get this new counselor that's trying to understand their mental illnesses and trying to understand them. But then the counselor shortly learns that these kids might not be crazy and that this place is actually making them crazy, all the while trying to figure out what's going on with him and his psychological demons and his problems. If you would like more information about this book, be sure to hit the link in the description box below. Supporting me and buying these books actually helps me to run this channel. So today I'm going to review, this was a requested review, so today I'm going to review Teen Wolf Season 2. Let's get into it. So Teen Wolf Season 2, it came out in 2011. You can currently watch this on Hulu. The genre is horror. It has 6 seasons, but I'm going to be reviewing Season 2. Storyline. The second season is an American supernatural drama created by Jeff Davis based upon the 1985 film of the same name. Scott and Allison conceal their relationship from Allison's parents, who oppose it because they know he's a werewolf. Lydia suffers chronic hallucinations. Derek recruits teens for his new pack, and Allison's grandfather Gerard comes to town after the death and funeral of his daughter. The cast is Tyler Posey as Scott, Holland Rodden as Lydia, Dylan O'Brien as Styles, Tyler Hoechlin as Derek, Crystal Reed as Allison, and more. So episode 1, Omega, Allison and Scott are sneaking around because we all know that they found out that Scott is a werewolf. And we also get Jackson, who learns that something's wrong with him, some sort of defect. He has this black goo coming out of his ear. The mom is like highly suspicious, of course, of Scott and Allison. Lydia is running around like a crazy person, trying to figure out what's going on with her. Other people are trying to figure out what's going on with her. We still don't know yet. And lastly, we get a surprise and an introduction to Gerard, who is Allison's grandfather, Kate's father. Ugh, this guy. And we get an introduction into Isaac. Gerard comes in, he declares war against the wolves by killing this random Omega, and he like, it's beef now. Like, this is revenge. After what they did to my daughter, F the rules. Because Allison's dad is like, what about the rules? You know, we play by the book, we play by the rules. Gerard, he's not having that. He's like, we don't care about the rules no more. F the rules. They killed my daughter. It's on now. Speaking of Allison's dad, he is hot. Like, Allison's dad, this season, I was like, yo, he's kind of hot. Like, high key. So this episode, the spookiness, the darkness of this episode worked so well, and it was just so decent for this episode. Just this entire season, visual-wise, was just spooky and dark and so good. The music aligned very well, especially when Tyler Posey Scott was doing fight scenes, and when a lot of the wolves were doing fight scenes. Also, whoever is Tyler Posey's, aka Scott McCall's stunt double, shout out to them, because that scene where he's like running, any scene where he's like running, just excellent. Episode 2, Shapeshifter, we see Isaac's abusive dad, and they're kind of going back and forth. And it's funny because Jackson came out with like his little bloody black tissues, and he's like, freaks. But it's like, Jackson is so funny. But it's like Jackson's calling someone else's freaks. Meanwhile, he's coming out with bloody black tissues. And so eventually Isaac's dad gets killed, and good riddance, honestly. He was a terrible person. He was an abusive dad. He was a terrible person. Like, good riddance, honestly. We get a scene where Allison's parents kind of tortured the principal so that they can get Gerard in and also get the mom in eventually. And there's a part in that scene where they're talking to the principal, and like, he doesn't understand what they're saying, and then she had to switch it up to the academic lingo, and he's like, okay, yeah, now I understand. I thought it was kind of funny because like, he acted like he couldn't really understand what she was saying until she started talking in academia, and it's like, you know what I'm saying, you just want me to talk like this. So episode 3, we meet Boyd. We get an introduction to Boyd, and I must say, Boyd is fine. Boyd is fine. Oh my god. Yeah, I was like, wow, who is this beautiful human being. Derek turns Erica and she becomes a bad gal. After that, after Erica became a wolf, like she just walked in the cafeteria like, I'm the baddest, and everybody was looking at her as such. Scott and his veterinarian boss basically decide without saying, like this unspoken, we're just gonna sweep everything under the rug type thing. Like, he's kind of loyal to Scott from the very beginning, and Jackson is having these mixed emotions of tantrums, as Jackson is, but now he's trying to figure out what's going on with him. So it's kind of even worse now, which is also funny. I want to say that I started to like Jackson in this season. Like, even though he's a douche, I was like, Jackson, he's not that bad. I don't know what was happening, but like I started to like Jackson this season a little bit more. Like a little bit more. I'm like, maybe he's not that bad. I mean, he's that bad, but... So episode 4, Abomination, Derek is training his pack because Styles was attacked by this reptilian claw thing, which we learn later on is Jackson. And Gerard is like being really creepy and trying to use this authoritative tactic on Allison, and Gerard, ugh, I hate Gerard. Like, he just be doing the most for no reason. He just Gerard basically tells Allison like family comes first, and like, you know what it is. I know you're gonna try to put your friends first, but family comes first. Remember that. And there's another kind of comical scene where Jackson gives Danny the videotape of his recording while he was sleeping. And he's like, you know, don't show anybody, you know, etc. And Danny's like, you're not really my type, Jackson. Like, relax. And Jackson being Jackson is like, I'm everyone's type. Like, boy, woo! But Danny is fine. If I was a gay man, Danny. Yeah. Lastly in that episode, Styles was delivering messages from Allison to Scott back and forth, and I thought that was pretty cute and kind of funny. I love the relationship that Styles and Scott have, like this platonic love relationship. It's really cute as best friends. So episode 5, they think that it's Lydia. They think Lydia is the Canema, so they're kind of out to get her, Derek. And then Derek tells Scott, you're a leader basically of your own pack. You're an omega of your own pack. And we learn that the Canema is Jackson, and that he's kind of being controlled by that photography kid whose name I can't get right. Episode 6, Frenemy, Jackson's body is contorting, and it's like, that was a really good scene. That scene where his body was contorting, and his acting in that scene was really good. He is kind of asking Allison like, what the hell is going on right now? Like, I don't know what's going on. What's going on? Then we get like this mini fight between Derek and the Canema, and Argent and the Canema. So Styles and Scott eventually catch the Canema. Can they catch Jackson? And then meanwhile Gerard is interrogating Allison, and they're putting up cameras inside of the school. And Jackson is still in denial that he's the Canema, and they're just like, how do you not know? Styles is like, yo, how do you not know that you're the Canema? Come on, come on. Episode 6, Restraint, they all end up getting detention, and Allison's mom is being Allison's mom. And I just love that scene between Allison and Scott where he's like, it doesn't feel right. And Allison's just like, go, go. And he's like, it doesn't feel right. And I'm just like, Scott's so sweet. Like, we love Scott. And Lydia learns that Peter is back, and whoever did Peter's makeup did a really good job too, because it was just very crisp and burnt looking, kind of creepy. So episode 8, Raven, Allison's mom gets bit. Yay, low-key, we're all like, yes. Let's be honest, like Allison's mom, I get why she was upset, but she was doing too much. Her and Gerard are just like the most evil characters on this show. Like, and when she got bit, honestly, I was like, whew, yay. But then also I felt bad when she was in the bedroom with her husband, Argent, and he was sad. I did feel bad for Argent and Allison, especially when she came into the hospital and she's like, Dad, this is a trick. You better not, you know, you better tell me. And, that kind of sparked, after that sparked Allison's rage and revenge, and Gerard was just there whispering in her ear. All in all, we don't care. We don't care. I mean, we, as an audience, I'm pretty sure half of the audience was pretty happy about her dying, but you still feel bad for Arjun and Allison, and you're like, damn, now they're gonna be sad. But dang, good thing she's gone. Episode 9, party guest, she eventually dies, and Scott finds out that the photography kid is controlling Jackson. Episode 10, Fury, Scott and Styles are taken hostage, and Allison is out and ready to seek revenge for what happened to her mother. And we get this sad backstory of why that photography kid was doing all these things. And honestly, I did feel bad because I was like, oh, okay, I understand. But it also was like, boy, you still holding on to that? Like, let it go. Let it go. Like, you let all of this build up for that. Like, cry me a river, honestly, because that happened like so long ago. Now you're like out to seek revenge. Like, I understood, but at the same time, like, I don't care. Like, grow up, dude. We don't care. Cry me a river. And it ends with Gerard connecting to the Kanema, his new master. Scott's mom is freaking out because she found out in the previous episode who Scott is, and she's just like, I don't care what they want, just give it to him. And Scott's like, it's not that easy, Mom. It's not that simple. Coach is being coach. He's doing this speech before they go out and play, and he's yelling as he does as Coach is. I love Coach. I love his character, his personality. He's a great character. Styles finally actually gets to play, and even his dad is like, my son is playing, and Styles is like, I get to play? Like, okay. Allison is going after Erica and Boyd. Meanwhile, her grandpa is threatening Scott with fear tactics. And they're like, I can hurt your friends and I can do this. Just talking, just being creepy Gerard. And the final last episode, 12, Master Plan. We learned that the Kanema is not dead. Jackson wakes up, he's not dead. They do this battle at the end. They do this battle face off with the music. The music was excellent. Gerard really thought that he was about to get away and like come out on top, and Scott's like, I had a plan the whole time. He put Mountain Ash in Gerard's medicine. Gerard had revealed that he had cancer and thought that getting bit by Derek was going to turn him to a wolf and he'd be, you know, healed. But little did he know, Scott had a little trick up his sleeve and put Mountain Ash in his medicine. And that scene where all the vomit was like coming out of his mouth, I've seen that scene in real life, like someone actually vomiting like that at a party once, in college once. But that scene was so good, the projection of vomit, but that it was black goo. Great scene, just really great scene. Love the effects of that. And Jackson finally becomes a wolf and he looks really cool. They do like the dramatic of him becoming a wolf in slow motion, and he opens his mouth and he's like, ah, he roars. And it ends with Peter and Derek finding out that there is a new pack in town, except this is a pack of alpha. So it ends really well with a great cliffhanger. I definitely would recommend this show. I definitely enjoy this show. I definitely will look forward to reviewing season 3 if you guys are up for that. I'm interested. I've seen all the seasons, but I would love to go back and review season 3. If you would like a review of season 3, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and comment below and let me know what was your favorite episode in this season. I will see you all next time in the next review. Peace out. Bye.